Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, brush in hand, and noticed that your hair just doesn't look, or feel, the way it used to? Maybe it feels thinner than before, maybe it doesn't have that same bounce, or maybe you've started to see a little more hair collecting on your pillow or in your comb. And if you're being honest, sometimes you wonder if it's just part of aging, or if there's something you can actually do about it. You're not alone in that thought. For so many women after 60, this change in hair feels like more than just a beauty concern, it can feel personal. Because our hair, for decades, has been tied to how we see ourselves. It carries memories of our youth, our confidence, even the little ways we've expressed our personality over the years. So when you start to notice that it's not as thick, not as strong, not as lively as it once was, it can feel like you're slowly losing a part of yourself. And that can be hard to accept. But here's the truth, and it's the hopeful part one want you to hold on to: your hair isn't gone, and your confidence isn't gone. There are simple, natural ways to nurture your hair from the inside out, ways that don't involve expensive treatments or harsh chemicals. Because believe it or not, some of the answers may already be sitting right in your kitchen. That's what we're diving into today. In this video, I'll be sharing 5 powerful foods that can help your hair grow thicker, stronger, and healthier, naturally. These aren't complicated or exotic foods, they're everyday, wholesome ingredients that fuel your body in ways that bring your hair back to life. And I'll tell you now, the last one on this list might just surprise you, because it's one that most women overlook completely. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know what to eat, but you'll also understand why these foods matter so much for women over 60. But before we dive in, let me ask you something simple. If healthier, stronger hair is something you truly care about, drop just one word, hair, down in the comments. I'd love to see how many of us are on this journey together. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, where every day we share practical, uplifting tips to help you stay healthy, vibrant, and confident in your later years. Alright, let's get started. Let's begin with the very first food on our list: salmon and other fatty fish. Now, I want you to picture this for a moment. Imagine sitting down to a dinner where a piece of salmon has just come off the grill. It's tender, flavorful, the kind of meal that feels both comforting and nourishing. What you may not realize as you enjoy that bite is that you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your hair. Every forkful is delivering nutrients that travel straight to your scalp, quietly working to bring life back to your hair follicles. Here's why that matters. Salmon, along with other fatty fish like sardines and mackerel, is packed with omega-3 fatty acids. These are healthy fats that your body cannot make on its own, yet they play a crucial role in keeping your scalp hydrated and your follicles healthy. Omega-3s help reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and create the right environment for hair to grow thicker and stronger. And when you think about it, that's what most of us want: hair that feels alive again, not dry and brittle. But that's not all. Salmon is also rich in vitamin D, which is often overlooked but absolutely essential. After 60, many women naturally produce less vitamin D, especially if they spend less time in the sun. And here's the connection: low vitamin D levels have been linked to hair thinning and slower growth. By simply adding more fatty fish to your meals, you're giving your hair a nutrient it may have been quietly missing. And of course, we can't forget protein. Hair is made of keratin, a type of protein, and without enough of it, your hair simply cannot grow to its full potential. Think of protein as the building block, the foundation of every strand. Salmon delivers that in abundance, helping each strand grow stronger from root to tip. Now, here's where many people get it wrong. A lot of women think that hair loss or thinning can be solved only with shampoos, conditioners, or expensive treatments. But the truth is, your hair health starts from within. You can put all the products in the world on your hair, but if your body isn't getting the right fuel, your follicles won't have the strength to produce healthy strands. Shampoo may clean and condition, but it doesn't feed your roots, the food you eat does. So what's the practical takeaway here? Try adding fatty fish to your diet at least twice a week. A piece of grilled salmon for dinner, sardines on whole grain toast, or mackerel in a fresh salad. If you're not a big fan of fish, don't worry, you still have options. Flax seeds and chia seeds are wonderful plant-based sources of omega-3s. Just sprinkle them over your morning oatmeal or blend them into a smoothie. Even small changes like this can create long-term benefits for your hair. The beauty of this first step is that it doesn't just support your hair, it supports your heart, your brain, and your overall health. So every time you choose salmon, sardines, or a handful of seeds, you're not only giving your hair a boost, you're investing in your body's strength for the years ahead. And that's the power of the first food. Now, while salmon feeds your scalp from the inside out, the next food we're about to explore goes a step further. Let's move to the second food on our list, eggs. Think back for a moment to a classic, comforting breakfast. Maybe it was a plate of scrambled eggs, warm and fluffy, alongside a piece of toast. Or maybe it was a simple boiled egg, something quick and easy that you've probably made countless times in your life. Eggs have always been part of the table, but what many don't realize is just how powerful they are for your hair. See, eggs are more than just a simple breakfast food, they're like nature's little package of hair nutrition. Inside that shell, you'll find two key nutrients that your hair simply cannot grow without: protein and biotin. Let's start with protein. Your hair is made almost entirely of a protein called keratin. Without enough protein in your diet, your body struggles to produce strong strands. Instead, hair becomes weak, breaks easily, or even stops growing as quickly. Every bite of egg gives your follicles the raw material they need to build stronger, healthier strands right at the root. It's like giving your hair construction workers the exact supplies they need to build a sturdy foundation. Then there's biotin, a vitamin that has become almost a buzzword when people talk about hair growth. And for good reason. Biotin plays a crucial role in helping your body convert nutrients into energy while also directly supporting keratin production. The result? Hair that grows thicker and stronger. But here's where we need to clear up a common misconception. A lot of women believe that the only way to get enough biotin is by taking supplements in pill form. Now, supplements can help in certain cases, but food-based biotin is often more effective because your body recognizes it and uses it more efficiently. Eggs are one of the richest natural sources of biotin, meaning you can feed your hair what it needs without spending extra money on bottles or capsules. And the best part? Eggs are so versatile. You can enjoy them in countless ways: scrambled in the morning, boiled as a quick snack, poached on whole grain bread, or even sliced into a fresh salad for lunch. Just one or two a day can make a difference over time. Of course, if you're someone who's been told to watch your cholesterol, this is where balance comes in. You don't have to eat eggs every single day to see benefits. Even a few servings a week can give your hair the nutrients it's craving. And as always, it's important to listen to your doctor's advice about what works best for your body. So the next time you crack an egg into the pan, think of it as more than just breakfast. It's a gift to your hair, fueling it from the inside out, strand by strand. But here's where it gets exciting. While eggs give your hair the building blocks it needs, there's another food that works almost like nature's moisturizer, keeping your scalp hydrated and protecting your hair from within. Now let's talk about the third food on our list, avocados. Picture this: you take a ripe avocado, slice it open, and scoop out that smooth, creamy green inside. Maybe you spread it over toast, mash it into guacamole, or blend it into a smoothie. These days, avocados might seem like a trendy food, but the truth is, they're far more than a fad. When it comes to your hair, an avocado is like medicine in disguise. Here's why. Avocados are loaded with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that does something incredibly important: it protects your hair and scalp from oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is one of those silent, invisible things most people don't think about. But over time, it quietly damages cells, including the cells in your scalp that grow your hair. For women over 60, this damage adds up, and it's one of the hidden reasons hair begins to thin. Vitamin E works like a shield, guarding your scalp and keeping your follicles healthier for longer. But that's only part of the story. Avocados are also rich in healthy fats, the kind your body needs, not the kind you need to avoid. These healthy fats act almost like an internal moisturizer. They nourish your scalp from within, preventing dryness, flakiness, and brittle strands. And if you've ever noticed your hair feeling rough or lifeless, there's a good chance it's craving this kind of deep nourishment. Now, here's a common misunderstanding. A lot of women think the answer to dryness and thinning is simply applying oils or serums directly to the hair. And while those can make your hair feel softer temporarily, they don't solve the real problem. Because true hydration doesn't start on the outside, it starts inside your body. When you eat an avocado, those healthy fats and antioxidants go straight into your system, feeding your scalp where it matters most. That's the difference between quick fixes and lasting change. So how can you bring avocados into your daily life? The beauty is that they're so versatile. Slice one into your salad, blend half into your morning smoothie, spread it on whole grain toast, or simply enjoy it plain with a sprinkle of pepper and a drizzle of lemon juice. Even half an avocado a day is enough to give your body, and your hair, the boost it needs. And remember, when you nourish your hair from within, you're not just changing how it looks. You're changing how it feels in your hands, how it shines in the light, and even how you feel about yourself when you see your reflection in the mirror. Now, while avocados hydrate and protect your scalp, the next food we're about to explore works in a very different way. Instead of moisturizing, it strengthens the roots of your hair, the very place where every strand begins its journey. Now let's move to the fourth food on our list, spinach and other leafy greens. Do you remember when you were a child and someone, maybe your mother, a teacher, or even a doctor, kept reminding you, eat your greens, they're good for you? At the time, it probably felt like just another rule at the dinner table. But it turns out, they were right all along. Because leafy greens aren't just good for your bones or your overall health, they're one of the best kept secrets to stronger, healthier hair, especially as we get older. Here's why. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and similar leafy greens are packed with iron, folate, and vitamins A and C. Together, these nutrients play a powerful role in how your hair grows. Think of iron, for example, as the delivery driver that carries oxygen to your hair follicles. Without enough iron, your follicles don't get the oxygen they need to produce strong strands. And when that happens, hair begins to weaken, shed more easily, and sometimes even stop growing altogether. Folate, on the other hand, supports healthy cell growth. And since hair is made up of some of the fastest growing cells in your body, folate becomes an unsung hero in keeping that process running smoothly. Add to that vitamins A and C, which work to produce natural oils and boost collagen production, and you suddenly have a team of nutrients working together to create an environment where hair can truly thrive. But here's the part that surprises many women. We often assume that thinning hair after 60 is just part of aging. And yes, aging does affect hair, but it's not the whole story. In fact, iron deficiency is far more common in older women than most people realize. It's subtle, it doesn't always show up in obvious ways, but it has a very real impact on the strength and thickness of your hair. The good news is that this isn't something out of your control. By simply adding more leafy greens to your diet, you can correct that deficiency and give your hair the nutrition it's been quietly missing. And the best part? Adding greens doesn't have to be boring or complicated. Spinach can be folded into an omelette, tossed into a salad, or blended into a smoothie where you hardly even taste it. Kale and Swiss chard can be lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil, or added to a warm soup on a cool evening. Small, simple changes, just a handful of greens a few times a week, can start to build healthier roots, stronger strands, and a scalp that feels alive again. So, the next time you see spinach at the grocery store, don't just think of it as another vegetable, think of it as fuel for your roots, carrying oxygen and nutrients right where your hair needs it most. And while leafy greens work quietly in the background, fortifying the roots of your hair, our final food brings a surprising twist. It's one that many women completely overlook, yet it can make all the difference in reducing shedding and protecting the hair you already have. Now let's talk about the fifth and final food on our journey, nuts and seeds. Think of a small handful of almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds as tiny capsules of hair-strengthening power. At first glance, they might look so simple, so ordinary. But within those little bites are some of the most protective nutrients your hair could ever ask for. Nuts and seeds are rich in zinc, selenium, vitamin E, and healthy fatty acids. Together, these work like a protective shield for your hair. Zinc helps regulate the oil glands around your follicles, keeping them nourished. Selenium supports new hair growth and guards against damage from within. Vitamin E, known as the skin vitamin, also plays a major role for your scalp. It improves blood flow and reduces oxidative stress, one of the quiet culprits behind thinning hair. And those fatty acids? They act like natural moisturizers, locking in hydration and making each strand more resilient against breakage. Here's where it gets even more important. Many women worry about hair shedding, and it can be frustrating to see more strands left on the pillow or in the shower. But studies have shown that diets rich in nuts and seeds can significantly reduce this shedding, not by magic, but by supplying your body with the building blocks it needs to keep follicles healthy and active. Now, let's clear up a common misconception. Some women shy away from nuts because they're high in calories, fearing that they'll contribute to unwanted weight gain. But here's the truth, when eaten in moderation, nuts and seeds actually support healthy weight management. They provide fiber, protein, and healthy fats that help you feel satisfied, making it less likely to reach for less nourishing snacks later on. More importantly, the benefits they bring to your heart, your bones, and yes, your hair, far outweigh the small number of calories they contain. It's about portion and balance, not avoidance. So how can you bring them into your daily life? The beauty is in the simplicity. A small handful of almonds or walnuts as a mid-afternoon snack. A tablespoon of pumpkin seeds sprinkled over yogurt. A spoonful of sunflower seeds tossed into a salad. Even something as simple as keeping a little jar of mixed nuts nearby can make it easy to reach for nourishment instead of processed snacks. You don't need a lot, just a little every day adds up to remarkable results over time. So, let's step back for a moment. We've talked about salmon for protein and omega-3s, eggs for biotin, avocados for scalp hydration, leafy greens for iron and folate, and now nuts and seeds for that finishing layer of protection. Together, these 5 foods form a foundation, not just for healthier hair, but for a healthier you. And here's the beautiful truth, this isn't just about what you see in the mirror. Yes, your hair can look thicker, shinier, and stronger. But deeper than that, these changes can restore something far more precious, your sense of confidence, your joy, and your ability to feel like yourself again. Because when you nourish your body from the inside out, you're not just feeding your hair. You're feeding your spirit. You're telling yourself, I'm worth the care, I'm worth the effort, and I'm worth the health that comes with it. And now that we've uncovered all 5 of these foods, let's take a moment to talk about why this matters emotionally, and how these changes can restore more than just your hair. Hair isn't just hair. It's tied to your identity, your confidence, and even the way you see yourself as a woman. For many, it's a symbol of vitality, of femininity, of youth. So when it begins to thin, it can feel like you're losing more than just strands, it can feel like you're losing a part of yourself. I want you to know, those feelings are valid. You're not alone in them. But here's the beautiful truth, you don't have to see thinning hair as an ending. Instead, you can see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to care for your body in a way that uplifts not only your appearance, but also your spirit. Because every choice you make to nourish yourself, whether it's slicing open a creamy avocado, adding a handful of walnuts to your snack, or enjoying a piece of salmon at dinner, is a choice to reclaim vitality, to step into this chapter of your life with strength and grace. Think of it this way, aging isn't about decline. It's about discovering new ways to thrive. Your body, even after 60, is capable of renewal. Your cells still respond to care. Your hair follicles still respond to nourishment. And with patience and consistency, your hair can become stronger, thicker, and healthier than you ever thought possible. So start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with big changes. Begin with just one. Maybe tomorrow morning, you scramble some eggs instead of reaching for a processed breakfast. Maybe you toss a few spinach leaves into your lunch. Or maybe tonight, you enjoy a handful of almonds while you watch your favorite show. These tiny steps, stacked day by day, become powerful results over time. And as your hair begins to respond, something even deeper will happen. You'll notice your confidence rising again. You'll look in the mirror and feel a little lighter, a little stronger, a little more you. Because this journey isn't just about hair growth, it's about self-love, about honoring yourself enough to give your body what it deserves. Now let's quickly recap what we've learned today. The 5 best foods for thicker, stronger hair after 60 are salmon and other fatty fish, eggs, avocados, spinach and leafy greens, and finally, nuts and seeds. Together, these foods provide the nutrients your scalp, your follicles, and your strands need to thrive. But now I want to hear from you. Which of these foods do you already enjoy? And which one are you most excited to start adding into your diet? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd truly love to read your stories. Because when we share, we inspire one another. And if this video spoke to you, if it encouraged you or gave you a new idea, don't forget to like it and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Every day, we share practical, uplifting tips to help you stay healthy, vibrant, and confident in your later years. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, it's never too late to take care of yourself. Your hair, your health, your happiness, they all deserve your attention. Stay wise, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.